What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Appreciate Greatness. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about the second round of the NBA playoffs. It's been crazy. It's been fun. There's been a lot of stuff going on, a lot of upsets, a lot of drama. Today, as I'm recording, and yesterday, as when I post this, Sunday, Ben Mathurin threw a punch, got thrown out. We saw DeAndre Hunter push him over, Miles Turner come in. So just some chippiness. The Thunder won today, big win for them, tie the series at 2. But we're just gonna talk a little bit about the playoffs and about some of these matchups and what I think is gonna happen moving forward and who I think can pull it off and some matchup stuff along the way. If you guys do go on to enjoy, please leave a like, subscribe. It would mean the world to me. I want to get 100 subscribers before or at my birthday, June 20th. So that'd be sick. Let's get right into it. Cavs-Pacers is the first series we're talking about, the 1-4 matchup in the East. Obviously, coming into it, the Cavs weren't healthy. You lose Darius Garland from Game 2, I believe, of the Miami Heat series up until Game 2 of the Pacers series, and it really hurt them. Or was it Game 3 of the Pacers series? I believe he came back Game 3. And so, Game 1, you were just without Darius Garland. And it really affected the Pacers, no matter how you look at it. Or the Cavs, excuse me. No matter how you look at it, not having the guy in DG to be able to push the ball, to set up an offense, to slow down the pace when it was needed. The Pacers just played one speed the whole game, and it was pace, high pace, flowing offense, just getting the ball down the court. And the Cavs never really slowed it down, never really tried to control the tempo by themselves. And that led to a big, easy Pacers win, really, in Game 1. Game 2, you were without DeAndre Hunter, you're without Evan Mobley, and Pacers cruised to a win. Then you get all three of them back. You get DG, D. Hunter, and Evan Mobley back. And you see a big Cavs win. And it was kind of one of those wins I was like, okay, they're going to turn this one around. They're probably going to go on and win the series. They might do it in 6. They might do it in 7. And then tonight, just an unbelievable Pacers win. I think it only ended up being 20, but at halftime it was 41. There were a couple of the diff jokes. The diff is the little thing that pops up in the that the Cavs have on their home broadcast that shows how much they're winning or losing by. That's the difference, the score of the game. It was negative 41 for the Cavs. They were getting smacked. The Pacers really just handed it to them. They got really hot in this game, and from that point on, there was just really no chance for the Cavs. And I don't really know what's up with Donovan Mitchell. Actually, I haven't been on Twitter very much after this game. But he got hurt, didn't play in the second half, so there's some concern there. Going into Game 5, it's going to be tough. Obviously, Cavs will be at home. I do think they'll win that Game 5. But then Game 6 and 7, it's just going to be a battle. It's going to be gut-wrenching. You gotta work really hard to win those two games. Tyrese Halliburton has been unreal. Aaron Nesmith, Andrew Nembhard, Obi Toppin, Miles Turner's been great. All these guys just playing such a great role. Pascal Siakam's been a little underwhelming to me even. Today he was good. But, I mean, this Pacers team, they run just straight through Tyrese Halliburton. And he makes reads, and they rely on his playmaking so much that even in games that he's not scoring, he's making the biggest impact on that Pacers team. And he's just been awesome throughout this series and throughout this playoffs. Moving on to Knicks Celtics, it's a 2-1. As I'm recording this, they're going to play tonight, or I believe tonight after the draft lottery, which I'm excited for. We'll get some draft stuff going once we see the how the board looks, or who's picking where, and y'all know. But I don't really know where I was. My dog had to be let outside. 2-1 series. Knicks looked great in the first two games. Celtics have looked bad until last game. They played pretty well last game. And really showed, that they are still the Boston Celtics of old, of last year. the 60, what they win 4 games last year. I think they won 61 this year. So there's still that Boston Celtics team who can really get it going and can play through, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and can actually hit shots. And that's what they've done. And I want to give a lot of credit to Coach Thibodeau. He's been really great. I at first I didn't like them just conceding switches, and because that's what they were doing, and that's what the Celtics want them to do. I didn't, Tibbs is a guy who likes to sit and drop coverage, and they didn't do that from the very start of this series. They were not dropping, and Cat's been on switches, and I don't know what the points per possession is right now, but I know it was low. Last time I checked, it was at like 0.8. So which is unreal. 0.8 points per possession that Cat was giving up on switches. So he was doing a fantastic job. I'm saying a lot, man. Anyway, Cat was doing great. Jalen Brunson in the fourth quarter has risen to an entirely different level. Mikal Bridges, defensively, Mikal Bridges has really impressed me. He was a guy who, coming from the Phoenix Suns, going to Brooklyn, he's kind of stopped playing defense altogether in Brooklyn. He was just scoring, doing what he wanted to do. It was the Nets, who really cares. Had a really fun playoff series against, maybe it was the Celtics, a couple of years ago. In this series, he has really, the defensive intensity from him has gone up another notch. He's been awesome. He's been really fun to watch on both ends of the ball, making big-time shots. He had a big fourth quarter in Game 2 that helped propel them back into the game and then helped propel them to win the game. Then OG Anunoby, he's been one of the best defenders in this entire playoffs, really showing why he should be an all-defensive first team. I don't even think I had him on my all-defensive team, but he should be an all-defensive first team member. He's one of the most versatile, genuinely guy who can guard 1 through 5. One of the most versatile in the whole NBA. He's been awesome. And then for the Celtics, from their point of view, you get a big win at New York, Game 3. Have a big one. They're playing at 6:30 tomorrow. And then the Timberwolves Warriors are playing at 9. Big one tomorrow. If you can win that one, tie it up at 2-2, going back, do kind of what the Thunder did, tie it up going back home, that gives you all the advantage in the world. If you lose, you're 3-1, your back's up against the wall, and I worry about that with a team whose shot variance is so big, right? You don't know if they're going to come out and shoot 20-for-51, which is just under 40%. 20 for 50 would be 40% from 3, or they might come out and shoot 8 for 53 from 3, and that's just under 16%. So that would be really bad if they shot 8 for 53. But they can either shoot really good or really bad, and it varies a ton. I don't know. I think I have Celtics winning. Tatum was a lot better last game. He hasn't finished at the rim at all in this series. He's been really bad. Derek White's been unbelievable still. He's still making his mark. Kristaps Porzingis, I don't know what's going on with him. I hope he gets well. My prediction is it's mono. I've had a couple friends go through mono, and I know that thing lingers forever. So I think that's what it is, and praise for him to get over it. But I think I still have Celtics probably in 7. If Knicks win this game 4, though, my prediction is going to change to Knicks. I do love just what the Knicks are doing defensively, though. They're really trusting their guys. They're trusting Cat. They're trusting Brunson. Brunson hasn't been put in many switches, but Cat has been put in a ton, and he's done a fantastic job. He hasn't passed the ball the way he normally does, but he's been awesome offensively and defensively. Offensively, I would like for him to get a little more involved at times, but in the fourth quarter especially, it's Brunson ball. So, what are you going to do? The next series we have is Timberwolves. We'll go Thunder Nuggets. It tied up 2-2. This has been one of the craziest, weirdest MVP battles I think we've ever seen. Nikola Jokic is a top 5 offensive player ever. I don't think there's much of a discussion to be had about that. And he has really, really struggled against the Oklahoma City Thunder game planning and defense and scheme. that they've thrown at him. They've really sat on his right hand. That's been said in the broadcast way more times than it should be. But they've sat on. They're not wrong. They've sat on his right hand. They're not letting him, get the shot up. They want him to be a scorer, but they're guarding him in a way that it makes it tough for him to score. And I mean, I think today was the least amount of turnovers he's had. He had 2 today, but he only had 3 assists. In game 1, he had 7 turnovers. In game 2, he had 6. In game 3, he had 8. So he's been bad. He has more turnovers than assists in this series. Can't shoot, can't make shots all that well. And it's just been iHeart being a bruiser, bumping into him, and it's the playoffs. And I think we knew there's been a lot of complaining everywhere on the timeline about, the Thunder getting away with murder, they're getting away with all these fouls. And, it's probably true. They're probably getting away with a few, or a good amount of calls. I think the Nuggets have, I don't think this series has been reffed too terribly. If I'm being perfectly honest, there has been a little bit of a lean toward the Thunder, but I think that is going to naturally happen with how physical this Thunder team plays. And it's how they've played all year. Caruso, very physical player. Cason Wallace, Lou Dort, J-Dub, all of those guys lean on you, put their body on you, iHeart, and they really use their body well. And Caruso slaps at the ball. Cason Wallace slaps at the ball. J-Dub slaps at the ball a lot. That's just how this Thunder team has been all year and is, and how those guys have played the entirety of their career. Even looking back at Cason Wallace at Kentucky, looking at Alex Caruso the entirety of his career, those guys have always slapped and been physical at the ball, with guarding the ball. And so, to think that the Thunder wouldn't be even better and even more physical in the playoffs is just stupid. And it's hard to call Jokic. It's hard to call guys like Jokic and LeBron and Giannis because, you could probably call something almost every time. And I think Jokic does a great job of embellishing at times, and I think he should probably do it more. I'm a fan of trying to draw a foul or grifting or foul baiting, as the fans on Twitter like to say a lot, or TikTok like to say a lot. I'm a big fan of it. It's hard. It is really hard. If you've ever gone and played basketball and even just tried to draw a foul, like, you try to do the James Harden swipe up, or you try and rip through and draw a foul, it's really hard to do. And so guys like Shea and Jokic and James Harden who can do that and draw a foul, it impresses me more than I'm like, oh, we got to get that out of the game. Oh, that's not basketball. I think it is basketball. I think it should stay in the game. It's a very insane skill. You don't see role players doing it. It sets the stars apart from the role players. That being said, I do think it's been very physical on each side. Both teams have gotten away with murder at times, and it's basketball. It's playoff basketball. This is going to be probably the most physical series of this playoff, and I think you live with it if you're either side. Getting into actual talk about it, the Thunder have gapped up hard. They have just made as many small guys' hands get in there on the ball of Jokic, having guys dig down every time their man passes it in. I mean, the Thunder have done an unbelievable job of being just very disciplined in gaps and, keeping their arms literally like this the whole game. I mean, this is how they are the whole game. So they've done a great job. Jokic really struggled with it. And then on the flip side for the Nuggets, they've done the same thing to Shea. Really gapping up, really being physical with him at the point of attack, where when he's coming up and he's trying to make that first move, there's a play that Russ today just completely, hands in chest, bump, and made him, I think it turned into a jump ball, which Shea tipped out of bounds. So they've been awesome, gapped up hard, and that's the way to stop Shea, is you got to gap up, take away his spots, and they've done a great job of that. Shea had a really good game today, though. I expect another one at home from him. He's a tough guy to guard just because of how tough of shots he can make, but I think a win is getting him to take those tough shots and making him beat you like that. He's a great regular season player. In the playoffs, it's a little different because, again, he's not getting some of those calls. He should still get most of them. Not getting some of them that he normally gets, and Teams are just so focused, I think, in this whole entire playoff of taking away the other team's best player, and Shai not being, the elite of elite playmakers has hurt him and hindered him a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see. We've seen him add something every offseason. The three hasn't fallen this playoff, but it was the three this offseason. It'll be interesting to see if he tries to add that playmaking element going into next season. I think I have Thunder in 7 in this series, though. Aaron Gordon has been amazing. Russell Westbrook's been unbelievable. Aaron Gordon, shout out, obviously lost his brother Drew about a year ago now, and it's been awesome. If Nuggets do win this, I think I am a Thunder fan. I try not to be biased, but if the Nuggets do win this, I'm pulling for Aaron and Drew. Aaron in honor of Drew. And Russ, obviously, and Yoke getting another one would be sick. So that'd be my team after the fact that the Thunder are out. And then the last series, we have Wolves, Warriors. It's been kind of bland without Steph. It's kind of sucked. Warriors did a good job in Game 3 of just trying to sneak one away, grind one out. And Kuminga's been really good. He's been going at Gobert, and his jumper looks a lot better. I saw one of my friends that it looks unbelievable now. It's very smooth. There's I feel like he used to shoot kind of like this, and now it's just pure really good looking jumper. So shout out to Kuminga. He's had a great series. Draymond has been okay. He's still doing what he does defensively. He's shooting the three a little much. Jimmy obviously was aggressive last game. He's just lost a step. He's not the same Jimmy Butler we're used to seeing, and the Wolves just muck everything up in the first place with Rudy Gobert and Jaden McDaniels, the length, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker's length. I mean, that's kind of what they do when they're struggling to score. Anthony Edwards not having that elite game where he's dropping a 40 piece with 8 threes. That's what they do. They just muck everything up and make it hard to score. Rudy Gobert has been unbelievable again this series, so it's been fun. Hopefully it gets to Game 6. If the Warriors can just win one, I don't think they'll win next game, but it is at home for them. If they can just win one, if they can just win one, that series kind of flips on its head. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe. Again, trying to get to 100 followers before June 20th. If y'all have any recommendations of what you want to see me talk about, or if there's anything you want to see me break down about these playoffs, how someone's being guarded, or how a certain offensive player is being used, please let me know. With that being said, I will catch y'all later, and peace.